Okay. Hi,
Right.
hello. My name is Camilla. Today I'm
Hi.
here with Andrea Barrios, and I'm gonna talk to her a little bit about her experience as a Texas A&M student. So tell me, Andrea, um, what is your major?
Hi, I'm a biochem major. I'm planning to minor in either psychology or neuroscience, and I am pre-med.
Okay. And why did you choose that major?
Biochemistry has a lot of the requirements to be pre-med. I knew I wanted to do something in natural sciences, so either biomedical sciences, biochemistry, or biology, but biochemistry has the best combination of biology and chemistry, which are like my two favorite subjects. So I chose that.
And talk to me about why did you pick Texas A&M as your university?
I got into a lot of good universities here in Texas, but in regards to what was going to help further my career the best and help me get all of my pre-med requirements in, Texas A&M was definitely the best option for me. They have a lot of good programs here, even if you don't get in directly. The biochemistry program was the best out of the ones that I was looking into, and it had all of the requirements I needed to be pre-med, and it's like top three universities in the state. So it was definitely a big contender.
Okay, perfect. What has been your favorite part about being a Texas A&M student?
There is a lot of people here, which can be a little overwhelming, but that also means there's a lot of clubs and opportunities. There will be organizations out and just talking to you and being kind and wanting you to join every day, everywhere. There's so many different clubs and organizations for you to be a part of. So it makes you feel a little less lonely. Like for me, I joined Biochemistry and Genetics Society, which helped me find other people in my major, and we have a lot of fun together. And that's probably been the best part about being here.
And like, how was your application process? Like, what was your experience like? Do you remember what your grades were in high school when you got your acceptance letter from Texas A&M? Can you talk me through that process?
I had pretty average grades in high school. I would say like a lot of A's, but I also had some B's,
Mhm.
like a normal student. I had around a 4.3, 4.4 GPA by the time I graduated. And I think what really sent me into like the application pool, like the acceptance pool rather, was my extracurriculars and my essays. I know specifically for A&M, they had a lot of supplemental essays that really helped like get a gauge of your personality and what you're passionate about. And those supplemental essays, like I know they are optional, but they really do help. And having a good amount of extracurriculars, and that show like something that you're passionate about. Like I had a lot of medical extracurriculars, like my time volunteering in hospitals and my EMT certification that also helped a lot. And I got my acceptance letter and I applied late. First semester around November of the first fall semester, and I got accepted halfway through the second semester, so around March.
Around March, April, you got your acceptance
Hmm.
letter. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Um, how would you describe the difficulty of the workload that you get as a biochem major?
I would say biochemistry in general is a harder major than other majors. Like we do get a lot more workload than if you were just a biology major or a biomedical sciences major because we're taking biology and chemistry at the same time and introduction to biochemistry. It's definitely an upgrade from high school. I definitely have more work now, but it is also more work that I'm passionate about than the classes I was taking in high school, if that makes sense. And it is definitely manageable if that is what you're passionate about.
Do you guys have like any support facilities on campus for your specific major, like tutoring or a writing center, anything that is there to help you thrive in your classes?
Yeah, so A&M has a lot of different resources. There's like, for example, I'm not the best at math, so they have a math learning center that really helps. They have tutoring opportunities for any subject that you're taking, and they do have a writing center that will help you, even if you're trying to apply to a job and need help formatting a resume. They'll help you with anything from essays to resumes. Like, there's a lot of me personally, I like using professors' office hours, and they'll have supplemental instruction hours where students or TAs will come and help teach you about topics that you may be struggling in. I like to use those supplemental instruction hours all of the time whenever I'm struggling with a certain topic or material. So, yeah, definitely.
Do you remember what your class rank was when you were applying to Texas A&M?
I was in a class of 730 students, and I was about 120. Out of those, I was about top 18%.
Okay.
Um, and I did go to a really competitive high school. Tompkins was super competitive. So that may not be like the best, but I was still in the top 25%, which definitely helped me in my acceptance.
Okay, and did you submit your SAT score to Texas A&M? And M? And if you
Yes, I
did,
did.
what was your score?
I submitted the 1390.
1390. And that was a super
Yes.
score or was it the one
That
SAT?
was one SAT.
One SAT. Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. What surprised you the most when you started at Texas A&M? Like, what was one thing that you were not expecting to happen?
Um, I would say the size of the classes are huge, which can be a little overwhelming. I know, for example, my chemistry class, which is just general chemistry, Chem 119, if anyone has to take that, it has over 600 students in one classroom. And the classrooms are kind of built like a dome. So it's really overwhelming, and that surprised me a lot. I knew there was a lot of students, but that was kind of overwhelming, but it does help when you're in a lab. The labs are more concise. There's only about like 20 kids per lab. So that's where I made most of my friends in the labs. Like, you get to go over material and make friends. The labs can last up to 3 hours. So you make your best friends there. That's also another thing. Labs are really intense, but you make your friends for life there.
So, is the classroom like an auditorium type of setting?
Yes, there's at least for like um the big classes like chemistry or biology that a lot of students take in their freshman year. Um, it's kind of like an auditorium where there's like a teacher or professor in the middle, and there's hundreds of students surrounding him kind of in a circle, like kind
Mm,
of like a concert or a dome, if that
okay.
helps explain it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what should high school students prepare or what should they do now to be a competitive applicant for Texas A&M?
Um, I would say like it's hard to higher your GPA if you're a senior and you've already had a low GPA, but like keeping consistent GPA is definitely important. But more than that, just have making sure you have strong supplementals. So making sure you have those extracurriculars that you are passionate about, showing that you've done a lot of volunteering that you're passionate about. Going to the Info for College volunteering opportunities are always helpful. And just doing something that you're passionate about. Like for me, I talked a lot about my experience being an EMT in high school when I did um, EMT in my senior year. And I was super passionate about that. In my rotations as an EMT, I talked a lot about that, and that my experience doing that as a pre-med student, that helped a lot. And making sure that your essay says a lot about you is definitely what makes you competitive. I know a lot of the people at A&M talk like they emphasize really the essays because they want to know more about you and what makes you special. So connecting something that makes you special above all other applicants in your essay and your extracurriculars is extremely important. And I think that's what set me apart from the rest.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Andrea. Have
All
an
right, thank you.
amazing break and good luck in
Thank you.
finals.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.